WW1, 1914 to 1918. World War I was a huge event in history, second to its own sequel, World War II. This was the first time in history that it was a Call of Duty free-for-all lobby. But before we delve into how it came to be and what events occurred, we must talk about the setup and how it even happened in the first place. Europe has major issues pre-1914. Europe before 1914 was a group chat of teenagers just wanting to bully each other. France was especially full of it. France wanted back Alsace-Lorraine, located in northeastern France, back from our buddy Germany. It was taken in 1871 after the Franco-Prussian War. Germany, on the other hand, was thinking about how to improve herself on water, namely the Navy. United Kingdom was like, "Buddy, why are you buying so many boats? Fishing season hasn't even started yet." Poor England was so oblivious to what Germany was up to. It was not for fishing, it was for destruction. Austria-Hungary was an empire full of people who did not want to be there. Ukrainians, Slovaks, Croats, Serbs, Romanians, just to name a few. These guys hated Austria-Hungary's guts. Balkan nations in all of this mess were peacefully trying to obtain independence like any other nation from countries like Serbia, Greece, and Albania. They were able to achieve it by the help of their good friends from Russia. All in all, Europe was one bad day away from declaring war on itself. And it did. The absolute worst driver in history, June 28, 1914. Imagine being so bad at driving that it causes 17 million casualties in the near future. Well, the driver of Archduke Franz Ferdinand from Austria-Hungary does not have to imagine that, sadly. Let's set up the scene. The Archduke wanted to inspect imperial troops in none other than Sarajevo, Bosnia, on June 28, 1914. The one place he should not have been, and to make matters worse, travel in an open-top car. Out pops a Serbian nationalist group called the Black Hand and tried to bomb his car. Humiliatingly, they missed and bombed another officer's car. Awkward, innit? Anyways, the Archduke decided, hey, let's go visit the injured officers from a second ago, and the driver took a wrong turn. Casually standing there was none other than Gavrilo Princip, a member of the Black Hand. 2 shots, boom, the Archduke has been assassinated, and that is the first domino to fall. July 28, 1914, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. They really did not like their Archduke being assassinated, but Serbians, you see, had a friend. That friend was none other than big boy Russia. Austrian-Hungarians knew Germany had their backs. Germans did not break the bro code. On August 1st, Germany declared war on Russia, mainly because Russia would have taken a lifetime to get ready. Germany thought, while I'm at it, why not declare war on France too? So they did on August 3rd. The Schlieffen Plan goes sideways. Germany was getting out of hand, declaring war on countries like handing out treats left and right on Halloween, but they pushed the line too far. August 4th, Germany wanted to invade France, but they had really good defenses lined up on their border. So the gray uniforms with a Weissbier in one hand wanted to flank from the north. In the north was Belgium, which, mind you, was a neutral country. Germany did what they always do, invade. It makes you think that Germany was more excited about this war than anyone else. Britain had enough of Germany and declared war on them on the same day for invading Belgium. It was now official. World War I had unlocked multiplayer mode. The Big Brain Plan by Helmuth von Moltke, based on Schlieffen's idea, was speedrun France, deal with slowpoke Russia. Invading Belgium must be easy, then we will go for France, said Germany. It was not. Battle of Liège. The Battle of Liege was the opening engagement of the German invasion of Belgium and the first battle of the First World War. The city of Liege was protected by a ring of modern fortresses, one of several fortified cities intended to delay an invasion for troops. Belgium was not kidding, bro. Belgium fought back very hard, more fiercely than anyone could have anticipated. Germans responded with the burning of Louvain, August 25, 1914. It was not a good look.
Fashion disaster and the Marne. France showed up in bright blue coats and red pants, basically target practice. They did not even try to camouflage themselves. At least the Germans wore gray clothes. Nice try though, France. I mean, it was your first truly global industrial conflict. Battle of Tannenberg. On August 26th till August 30th, 1914, Germany absolutely annihilated Russia's Second Army. Not much to say other than that, to be honest. Very anticlimactic. First Battle of the Marne. French commander Joseph Joffre, unlike Joffrey from Game of Thrones retreating from battle, did not retreat at all. Germans tried to penetrate France deeply, but by the bravery of Mr. Joseph, Germany got tackled near Paris. But they did not quit yet. Both sides tried to flank each other towards the north. They ended up bumping into the North Sea and decided to dig down till Switzerland. Presenting to all of you, trench warfare. The soldiers are huddled up in a trench which they all dug up together. On the front lines facing the enemy are machine guns. The area between the trenches, no man's land. Translation, machine gun buffet. Soldiers spend weeks or even months trying to overrun the opposing trenches by running straight towards the gunfire. Spending time in the trenches gave many war veterans shell shock, aka PTSD. In trench warfare, you fight for too long and gain too little. The line is increased by like a measly 200 meters or so. The war goes global. So far, the British were only busy twiddling their thumbs, but now they wanted to take part too. Enough drinking tea, time for a naval blockade, said the British Admiralty. They tried to starve Germany and Austria-Hungary into submission. Japan, the country we now love because of anime and kawaii behavior, joined the Allies in August 23, 1914. This was because they wanted to occupy German islands and colonies in East Asia. It was just a side quest for them, to be honest. Italian meatballs joined the Allies on May 23, 1915, because I would like some Austrian land, pretty please. Meanwhile, the Ottoman Empire was exhausted by the recent Balkan Wars and did not really want to participate in this war. However, some politicians might or might not have took a ride and might or might not have fired some shells on Russia, maybe. Ottomans, or Ottomen, or however you want to say it, tried to attack Russia in the Caucasus Mountains. The cold got them. Like every other war Russia has won. The Allies attempted to overtake Dardanelles at Gallipoli, called the Gallipoli Campaign, from April 25th to January 19th, 1916. They failed badly. Ottoman then blamed their losses on Armenians living in their empire and brutally de-alived 1.5 million of them. Yikes. War Crimes DLC, 1915. The Hague Conventions 1899 and 1907 said out loud, "No damn chemical weapons. Do not kill civilians." Germany, however, had different plans. Its response was, "Alrighty, I'm gonna definitely use chemical weapons and kill civilians." On April 22, 1915, the Second Battle of Ypres occurred. Chlorine gas was used by the beer drinkers against the Allied. That is one of their war crimes committed. On May 7, 1915, the RMS Lusitania, a ship containing 1,198 passengers containing 128 Americans, was sunk by the Germans. It would have been acceptable at least if they were soldiers, but no, they were civilians. This caused the Americans to be enraged, but they still did not take any part in the war physically. They were in the back selling weapons and food to the Allies. It's like the dude who sells popcorn at a theater, not really here for the movie. This move actually made the USA to be the strongest economy. 1916, the meat grinder year. 1916 was by far the deadliest year of this war. Battle of Verdun, February 21st to December 18th, 1916. Germans tried to bleed France white. This battle was the longest of the First World War and took place on the hills north of Verdun. Germany's Fifth Army attacked the defenses of the fortified region of Verdun. Nobody won, everyone lost. 700,000 casualties. Moving on to Battle of the Somme, July 1st to November 18th, 1916. First day, 60,000 bit the dust. Tanks were used for the first time ever. That's pretty cool. They moved like confused metal cows with orange slices for brains. Battle of Jutland, May 31st to June 1st, 1916. The only one major engagement on sea, or as you say, naval conflict, between tea with biscuits and Germany. The result was a daunting one for Pilsners. The British still control the damned seas. That must have hurt, man. That was the only once chance for Germany to shine on water, and they melted. Chaos ensues. British officer T.E. Lawrence helped lead the Arab Revolt. This happened between 1916 till 1918. This move wreaked havoc on the Ottoman supply lines. Ottomans try to conquer the Caucasus Mountains of Russia. They fail spectacularly because of the cold. If only they had jackets. This happened in the winter of 1914 to 1918. British lads captured Baghdad on March 11, 1917, after a humongous humiliation at Kut on April 29, 1916. They basically surrendered because they got ambushed. 1917, Russia rage quits. Russia was drained on all sides, money, morale, and supplies to participate in this war. The cold didn't help either. Revolution of February occurred in March 1917. The Tsar was overthrown, and shortly after that, the Revolution of October occurred in November 7, 1917. The Bolsheviks were overthrown too. Russia was really having mood swings, am I right? On March 3, 1918, the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk took place, and Russia finally threw in the towel and left the war. This was amazing news for Germany, since now they only had to focus on the Western Front. Germany sends the worst message ever. On January 16, 1917, Zimmermann Telegram sent a message to Mexico requesting something very important. Hey, wouldn't it be really awesome if you attacked USA? Wink wink, nudge nudge. British intercepted the message, and the United States of America was on its last straw after the RMS Lusitania was sunk earlier. So they decided to join in on the fun on April 6, 1917. The Endgame, 1918. Germany launched the Spring Offensive from March till July of 1918. It worked, almost, just a wee little bit away from obtaining victory. You see, 2 million fresh American troops rolled in and flipped the table on them. The Endfitic and Central Powers collapsed in order: Bulgaria, September 29, 1918. Ottoman Empire, Ralph Bey, or Ralph Orbai, and British Admirals Somerset Arthur Galthorpe signed the Armistice of Mudros, declaring their send-off from the war on October 30, 1918. Our main player, Austria-Hungary, on November 3, 1918. Finally, on November 11, 1918, at 11 a.m., Germany signed armistice and the guns fell silent. Final statistics: 17 million dead, 20 million wounded. 4 empires collapsed: Germany, Austria-Hungarian, Ottoman, and Russian. Europe was broken, angry, and traumatized. They made a vow that such a terrible war will never ever in a million years happen again. World War II will take place 21 years later. Whoops.